the Black Ops 6 gameplay reveal trailer, I should say, published by the Call of Duty YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna say this. This is probably the most hyped I've ever been for, you know, a COD release since MW 2019. But that being said,
good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free.
Wait a second. Okay, so I actually didn't catch that initially in the trailer. So if you go back a little bit, you can just barely tell, but that is the all-seeing eye. That is the all-seeing eye, you know, from a certain conspiracy theory that I will not say because I do not want to get an information card on this video, essentially. But yeah, I didn't initially notice that. That was good. So that kind of plays into the theme of, you know, the protagonists are going to actually this is like the first time that, you know, the antagonist will be the US government in a sense, because you'll be playing as rogue government agents pretty much. And a lot of people initially thought that this would dive more into the Gulf War, which there are some elements of that. So there's some elements of that still, but that's not going to be the main focus from what I've seen. So that's just going to be it's going to be an element, not going to be the main focus. So that's what a lot of people were hoping for.
Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal.
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter. Terrific fire starter.
Were those okay, so I'm trying to figure out what kill streaks those are. Those can't be the SAEs. Those can't be the SAEs because I'm pretty sure they weren't around at this time, but I could be completely wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be the I'm pretty sure this kill streak will be, you know, the airstrike, pretty much.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
Yep, it's Adler from Black Ops Cold War. I'm gonna say this because I actually said this in Actman's chat. I never trusted this guy. I literally never trusted this dude. You don't get all those scars without having, you know, a few stories. Questionable stories, to say the least. Yeah.
Look.
It could just be, you know.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
I'm more or less interested to see how the story actually does play out. Because from what I've heard in the direct, which we'll be getting to very shortly, from what I've heard, this story might have branching paths, just like Black Ops 2. And, you know, it might have multiple endings to that end. So I'm more or less curious to see what's gonna be possible in the story. Yeah, quite frankly, you know, I feel like a story with branching paths is much better than like a straightforward one. But I'm pretty sure, you know, with either, I'm pretty sure they can manage. I say that, but, you know, MW3 2023 exists, and that's an abomination on the gods, so yeah, sometimes they can handle it, other times they can't, but this is Treyarch. This isn't Infinity Ward, so
You don't have to trust me, Marshal, but it might be better if you do.
Hey, it's something you should see.
hey,
What
this
the
Woods.
hell are we getting into?
this story this story takes place after the 1990s missions of Black Ops 2. That is the key reason why you see Woods right here in a wheelchair. Because yeah, in that one mission he got his kneecaps blown out. I'm pretty sure we've all played Black Ops 2. We all know that, you know. It's not really spoilers because the game's been out for like what, over a decade now.
You should see. What the hell are we getting into?
I'm sorry. That totally just brushed past. Was that a mannequin? All right. What? I'm pretty sure this is going to be explained in the game, but that is just very. that is very peculiar.
Don't trust anyone.
Broke into a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
And like, I'm also gonna say, from what it appears, I think they might do a similar thing that they did with Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 3, to where you actually get to make your own playable character for campaign. I hope that they do that, but you know, I'm not going to complain if there's you know, just a preset character, because hey, I still really enjoyed MW 2019 and MW2, not MW3, MW2 2022. So I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that I hate COD games where you don't get to create your own character, because I'm pretty sure Black Ops is the only game where they've dabbled into, you know, a custom character for single player. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not gonna hate it if they don't have a custom character, but I'd prefer to play as my own character, as long as they don't kill him off. They killed off like both of the main custom characters and the previous Black Ops games. And yeah, Black Ops 4 didn't even have campaigns, so it was going to, but apparently I thought it was way too complex, but hey. You know, it is what it is. Oh shoot. What a way to end the gameplay trailer. By the way, don't do it. Don't pre-order. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, you know, wait to see what the game's like, and then I might end up picking it up. But I'm probably only gonna get the standard edition.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Pre-order the Vault
Thanks,
Edition and
George.
get the Hunters vs.
Is it
Hunted
George
Operator
is it
pack.
George W or HW? I keep forgetting. I think it's HW.
The Mastercraft Weapon Collection, the Season 1 Black Cell Bundle, and more.
Alrighty. Well, that is the... what's it called? That was the Black Ops 6 gameplay trailer. So, a few things. I actually want to dive back into it real quick and look at a few of these things, because I forgot to speak a bit about, you know, a few of the more interesting parts.
Anyone.
So, yeah. Obviously, you got the Juggernaut right. You have the Juggernaut right here. Probably going to be a kill streak, or I don't know if they're going to do kill streaks or score streaks. Probably they'll probably make them interchangeable. But so yeah, you got Juggernaut, which is probably going to be a killer score streak right there. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an on-rail section. You know, via helicopter, but I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the chopper gunner thing as well. Okay, so yeah, you got the what is it? The XM4, the Commando. It depends on whatever you want to call it. Depends on whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So yeah, that's making a return. Sweet. XM4 is one of my favorite. Was one of my favorite guns in Cold War. So can't wait to pick it back up. And yeah, they showcase a little bit of the omnidirectional movement system right here, which, you know, is going to be covered in the direct briefly. So
You broke into a CIA
so yeah, you could. So yeah, I'll
black site.
let them speak about it in the direct. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to speak too much on it.
Are you
just
out
now.
of your mind?
Things got complicated.
I'm just gonna say I can't wait to play this mission. If this is gonna be a playable mission, I'm pretty sure it is. Where you get on a bike and you have to outrun or catch up to like a certain objective. I feel that's gonna be pretty cool. In this scene right here, I was gonna finish up coffee. This scene right here, I'm excited to see what this is.
May God
And yeah, that's pretty much that. So pretty hyped for it. Not gonna lie, I may not appear like that on the surface, but I'm pretty excited for this game. From what I've seen with the gameplay, anyway. That being said, I don't know why my... Okay, yeah. We're still good. So, yeah, this is the direct, and they dive into a little bit more. They dive into a little bit more of this. So, we're gonna hop right in, and we're gonna see what they have to say, and maybe I'll have some more to say. Rating pen... We all know it's gonna be M, so... Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct.
Hello and welcome to Treyarch in Los Angeles, and thanks for joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited.
I mean, I kind of believe them, but at the same time, we're just coming off of again, different studios, but we're just now coming off of friggin' Modern Warfare 3. So I don't know, man. I think these guys know what they're doing. I don't want to seem too pessimistic, but I mean, it's kind of hard not to be. I mean, MW3 was a freaking disaster, dude. And they're still trying to pick up the pieces for it. But let's just see what, you know, they have in store for us.
To give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
And I think they're... I could be wrong, but I think they're still using the Modern Warfare engine. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they could have upgraded the Black Ops Cold War engine to I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but hey, wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, I don't really know what engine they're using necessarily. Could be the MW engine, could be, you know, upgraded Black Ops Cold War engine, but hey, We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Are rolling.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s.
Yep.
In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that, because, like, I was really surprised to hear that, because, essentially, we don't really get a lot of games where, you know, the US is the antagonists, essentially. And technically, this is an invading force that, you know, infiltrated the government, so they may or may not be actual U.S. citizens, but it's interesting nonetheless, because we barely dive into scenarios like this. So hopefully, you know, they play it the way everybody wants them to play it, but you know, there's a chance that. There's a chance that they might not. I'm trusting that they will, but I mean, I've been let down numerous times by Activision, so just some food for thought.
Branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them.
Interesting.
The team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the fun and attitude players expect from the Black Ops franchise.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system. New way to push beyond your limits and move like an action hero.
Bro, I'm just gonna say this. I feel like this might get very annoying in multiplayer. I'm just gonna say, I feel like this might actually get incredibly annoying to deal with in multiplayer, because, like, you already have a lot of people hopping around and just, like, friggin', like, you have a lot of people bunny hopping and just doing all sorts of random things. Throwing in an omnidirectional movement system, I feel like that could be a blessing, but most likely. And we know that skill, and you know that SBMM is going to be in the game. It's going to be a big curse, essentially. Oh god, I cannot wait to deal with that and pull out what remains of my hair. Yeah. Oh god. The terror is real.
You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based Zombies is absolutely back and better than ever.
Yep.
And you can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Hopefully we know what to do.
No turning back now.
Yeah, I'm very certain that, you know, there's going to be a custom character thing for a campaign. Very certain. I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe this character behind, you know, main character right here, maybe this is a preset character. Maybe. Could be wrong about that, but hopefully we do get a custom character, because I do prefer playing as, you know, my own character rather than playing a preset character. But I don't really mind playing a preset character either, just saying.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative. We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
So yeah, there's gonna be numerous ways to actually play the campaign. As you know, I alluded to a few minutes ago. So yeah, again, loud or quiet is going to be an option. And again, I'm fairly certain that there are going to be multiple branching paths. So I'll let them speak on it. I'll let them speak further on it.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. The Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government.
So yeah, again, Gulf War it's gonna be mentioned, but it's not gonna be the main focus. I feel like a lot of people actually wanted the Gulf War to be a main focus, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that again. But you know what I say. It wouldn't be the first time.
Reflected everywhere across the music, television, and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story.
Yeah, and if you played Black Ops 2, you know what happens, pretty much. Which also, on the semi-related note, we very well could be getting a Black Ops 2 remaster in 2025. Most likely, I don't know, maybe it's gonna happen, maybe it won't, but who knows? Who truly knows?
In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez.
Yep.
He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency.
Interesting.
Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue. They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dima, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies...
I think the latter might be the playable character, so... Yeah, it doesn't really bode well for people that kind of want to make their own character, me included, so... Ooh, not great, but not terrible.
Have become new allies, and with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
Again, I never trusted the dude.
For the Black Ops single-player campaign, we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences. Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences, and we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
I didn't catch that in it, so... Excuse me, so... Essentially, I think what they mean by this is, you know... There's probably going to be RPG mechanics in the game where you can actually, where you can interact with characters pretty much. We did see this with Cold War, and somewhat in like some regard. And I think with the other two, I think I want to say that, similar mechanics were done in MW2 and maybe MW3 for like a few missions, but again, I could be completely wrong. Because I didn't play MW3 and I barely remember a lot of the non-combat interactions in MW2, so yeah, I don't know. I think this might be the first time that they're doing this, but again, I could be completely mistaken. I could be very mistaken.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach, line them up.
So from what I'm seeing of these concepts, like the one thing that screams in my mind is that we're gonna see the friggin' Warzone armor system in campaign, pretty much, or at least in regards to the enemies, it's gonna be like that, which I don't really have too much of a problem with, but I don't know. I feel like there are gonna be a few people that don't necessarily adjust well to that. But they've done it like, I think they've done it with Vanguard, they've done it with I think they've done it with MW 2019. Yeah, they did it with a few games in the past, so it's not that crazy of a thing to consider.
To provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach, line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot.
Damn.
Nice and quiet. We've continued to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants behave. Your enemies will be relentless, constantly seeking to outmaneuver you throughout the levels.
So
routes.
refined AI mechanics or whatnot. Pretty solid. That's a pretty solid innovation. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how the actual campaign AI plays out, because I don't know.
Push on players' location and force them to think on their feet. We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission in particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Look alive, people! They know we're coming!
When I think of that mission, all I'm thinking is, are we getting the cameo from Price or another character like that? Because it's the SAS, and they're a British special forces group, so maybe we'll see Price, maybe we won't. I don't know, but if they do that, then W.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
We are excited to offer an array of brand new equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe. RCXD, Tranquilizer Trap, Adrenaline Stem, Homing Knife, Disruptor.
So explosive knife that An explosive heat-seeking knife. I mean, could have existed. Could have existed in like the early 90s. Seems more like a 21st century sort of thing, though. Just saying. I mean, again, it could have existed. Maybe. I don't friggin' know. I'm not a government agent.
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more.
So yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know. Well, because again, I'm thinking about, you know, custom character for single player campaign. Maybe they will do that. But, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, if you're playing as that other character, you know, the assassin character, then I don't know. I hope that, you know, again, there's a single player custom character, but I ain't really holding out that much hope from what I've seen so far. But you know what? We'll just have to, you know, wait when the game comes out to see.
More broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside. What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational during the 50s and 60s. This brings a lot of intrigue to the Safe House and will allow players to explore and discover secrets from the past.
Wait. Go back to the friggin', what's it called? So, from this, what I'm gathering is you get to create your own loadout for certain missions. So they could be diving into like the Black Ops 2 thing. That'll be pretty interesting to see. That, because, you know, being able to create your own class for single player only been done once, I'm pretty sure. So it would be very interesting to see that happen again. I don't know, could be completely wrong again, but I just imagine like everything that I'm saying right now is just like easily disproven when the game comes out. I'm just like, well, shoot. That's just what I'm thinking of. I'm just like, well, dang it. I guess better luck next year with guessing what's going to be in the game and what's not. I could just imagine like everything that I'm hypothesizing it's just a blank. The game comes out and it's completely different from what I imagine, which most likely won't happen. But hey, there have been stranger things that have happened. Just saying.
Explore and discover secrets from the past. The team is also bringing back the evidence board, which is still the centerpiece of the Safe House experience, but with...
So it's just like the Cold War thing. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be... there's going to be branching side missions, I'm pretty sure. Something like that.
Brand new upgrade.
Where they'll actually affect the outcome of the game. That'll be pretty interesting to see.
Players can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
What did I say, please? Okay.
Capture.
Okay, the attacker comes in.
I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Down he goes.
That was sick.
Great.
I think we got it.
Yeah, pretty sure.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across every single mode. We've pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's about time. It's about time, you know, we get a backwards dive in a COD game, because, like, you're able to, like, they brought back dolphin diving, I'm pretty sure, in MW2, I think it was, and I was like, you can only dive forward. You can't dive side to side, and you can't dive friggin' backwards, so... I mean, it's great that it's back, but they really couldn't have innovated. Here they did, so I'm kind of excited to see what all they've accomplished. Well, they've accomplished with this, and
movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty, and with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat.
Yeah, because my brother said, and he doesn't really play FPS games, but he said that the thing about COD games is that they've always felt, you know, clunky to move in. Like, you know, you can't really maneuver your character that well. I'm pretty sure that's what I've gathered. That's what I gathered from that. With this, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel a lot more smooth. I mean, like, buttery smooth.
Combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all...
But realistically, I've never seen a single person slide back. If you could slide backwards, leave it in the comments, but I don't think it's ever... I don't think it's ever been done, necessarily. Yeah, again, I'm also gonna say this. I'm going to reiterate this. I mean, this is gonna be very annoying to deal with in multiplayer. Just saying. This is gonna be headache-inducing to deal with.
All the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
Oh my god.
It's really been something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni Movement, there's no going back.
We'll be the judge. We'll be the judge of that. Us, the players, will be the judge of that. But, hey, maybe you're right.
We also have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories.
All right.
Sprint assist, mental assist, and...
Okay, so yeah, I think it is the, Modern Warfare engine, or whatever. Because there's tac sprint in the game, so I think that... I mean, then again, they could have just upgraded the, Cold War engine, but I think they're using the MW, the Modern Warfare engine, so...
And crouch assist.
Yeah.
And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it.
Yeah.
We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni Movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6.
I mean, you know, you're still gonna get stomped by... But you're still gonna get stomped by, an amateur pro player because of SBMM, but hey. You can enjoy the game how you want now. Oh my god, I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking forward to getting absolutely mud stomped in friggin' multiplayer.
We looked at other genres like racing games, where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options.
So, like, when I hear that, I think, you know, I think they're going to mainly... I think they looked at the racing controls for their vehicles, essentially, because vehicle controls haven't been great in Call of Duty. Just gonna say that. They haven't really been great ever since they put vehicles back in the game. But, you know, with this, I'm pretty sure they're gonna feel a lot better, but hey.
I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup.
Fidelity.
Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions.
Yeah, they have
For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions.
Yeah, 9.
So now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's going to dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner.
So yeah, the gunplay is going to feel friggin' a lot more refined. It's going to be a lot more refined than it was like the past few years, pretty much.
And since it's dynamic, it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We are constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
Juggernaut.
Take cover!
Our team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life. We made sure to have special attention to the cuticles and make sure that they don't look like they're just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails.
They made cuticle freaking they did cuticle scanning. Oh my god. Yeah. They really went all in for this.
The oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through the situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
The thing that I'm most excited about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've added, which includes many that are brand new to the franchise. Our heroes are rogue operatives and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary, and it allowed us to pull a unique mix of weapons. We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
Yeah, essentially if they put create a class back in single player, I'll be replaying the single player a hell of a lot, just saying. Because if that's the case, you could bring in like any weapon, and with the gunsmith system that they have now, like you have a massive amount of variety. So it's worth playing. It's worth replaying the campaign just to use every single weapon in every single circumstance. So yeah, another good reason to replay multiplayer if this is the case.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Damn. Oh, yeah,
The Black
HUD
Ops
is,
6 user
very
experience is all
customizable,
about
pretty sure.
focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will...
So you can move things around, so you can have your minimap right down here, or you could have it up here, you could have it right here. You could have your ammo counter offset to the side of your crosshair. You could have the mission time and, you know, score in the center, in like the middle of the upper middle of the screen, the bottom middle. You could move things around pretty much. So it's very unique, very
will be able
unique
to
system
change
they
their
made.
HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your
Sweet.
HUD centered so you don't have to look away.
Exactly, and you could do this again. Have your ammo counter and score streaks to the side of your crosshair. This is really smart. Like, this is really smart to do.
Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the minimap in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where player progress and achievement are celebrated in a big way.
All right, we're all settled. Audio's good. Everybody's happy, Jeff.
Lawrence gonna do progression.
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal.
So yeah, I'll just cut to the chase and say this: the OG Prestige system is back. I'll let this dude explain the rest.
To make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle Prestige. Traditional Prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty Prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter Prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again.
Yeah, I have a
Black Ops 6
I have
will
a
have
really
10
good feeling about this system, though. Like the Prestige, it's gonna have 10 levels too, just like this is like Black Ops 2. So you could be the infamous 10th Prestige.
prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through.
Damn.
And a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end.
Gone are the days of seasonal Prestige. Good friggin' riddance.
The full Prestige system is available on day one in Black Ops 6.
Multiplayer.
We know how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win, or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6.
Yeah, I didn't know that they removed that, though. I never noticed that they removed theater mode, but apparently they did. So, I was just thinking that, you know, it was never part of the game, but apparently it was, and they removed it for God knows what reason. But it's back in Black Ops 6. Yeah. That's gonna make doing thumbnails a hell of a lot easier, just saying. But that aside,
we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're gonna get some early details on maps.
16 maps, I'm pretty sure, right?
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got...
Oh, no. Oh, no. 3-lane maps. Oh no. I think that they can make them interesting, but just saying, overdoing 3-lane map design is just, yeah, big yikes. Big friggin' Mickey yikes. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they can handle it, but I don't know. I remember COD World War II. Not a great experience. I never played personally, but I just know a lot of people had problems with, you know, the 3-lane map design in that game, so.
Fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore pacing, to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make. The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just one more thing.
The zombies. Yes, sir. I will say this. I did get the Black Ops 2 Nuketown Zombies yesterday, so I've been playing a lot of that. Unrelated note.
Round-based Zombies is back, and we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch.
2 maps? 2 round-based maps? Wow, that's interesting. I thought you could only do 1. Can't wait for it, just saying. 2, I wonder what the second one is going to be, because we got like a brief look at the first one.
With a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to Zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of Zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to Zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based Zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Okay, so what I'm wondering with this, are they gonna do the Cold War thing where you could take one weapon, like you could create one class and take one weapon that you customize in the Zombies, or are they just gonna do the whole 1911 start thing? I wouldn't mind either, but I did have a lot more fun being able to take one weapon with you in Cold War. And I mean, you can just take a regular plain 1911 via the class creator. So, I mean, you could have either or, and it wouldn't really make much of a difference. But hey, I'm just curious about how they're gonna do this.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th.
August 28th.
Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6 so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch. And it's not just about launch, because the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni Movement, when we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move.
Oh, this is what happens when Call of Duty does the what is that I word? Oh yeah, innovate. This is what happens when they are able to innovate. This is the best that COD has looked since MW 2019. This is the best it's looked. Cannot wait to actually dive headfirst into it.
In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige. Then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies.
I mean, we couldn't just get one round-based map for freaking MW3. It just had to be their own experience. Yeah, that wasn't great. I played a little bit of the MW3 zombies. It wasn't that good. Compared to, like the round-based stuff, man, they could have been so much better.
There's so much more to share across all 3 game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Alrighty, so no thanks. I don't think I'm gonna get the Vault Edition. This was a really good look back into the friggin' like seeing what they've done so far with this game. Honestly, can't wait for it. Probably not gonna get it on launch day. Probably gonna wait till like November to get it. But yeah, this is really friggin' good, man. Like a lot of what we've seen could, like, is it gonna make the final cut of the game? Most likely, like, not a lot. Most likely there are gonna be a few things that are missing, but all in all, this looks pretty friggin' promising, dude. Just saying, this looks very promising.